Welcome to the episode number 75 of podcast From Stress to Success Blueprint with your host Lolita. And let's continue about things that we do that maybe can do a little bit better so we can save our energy and be less stressed out. Really, there's one of the things I noticed, and you probably noticing that too. And leave me a comment below and tell me, can you agree with me? Or you really think that's really not an issue in today's society? Complaining. Yes. When you think about it, I don't know. There's so much complaining going on. It's like a common social gathering. The majority of people talk about what is happening, but it's not like what is happening. There will be just fact based and noticing and saying, oh, this is what's happening. But no, there's so much of complaining. There's always constantly something bad happening. And tell me, do you have those friends when you meet with them? That's all they do is just complain how bad their life is, how bad their spouse is, how bad that their kids are, and all of this complaining. And you thinking to yourself, I don't really even want to listen to this. I mean, and at some point, I mean, when you start, you're thinking, okay, I won't really want to help you. But then even if you want to help them and you say, hey, I can be there for you, or you want me to take care of the kids, or do you want me to pick you up from airport? Do you or you give some solutions, they don't even want to hear it. They just like, yeah, well, I just want to complain. You know what? One story just came to my mind. I remember I was driving with my parents a few years back to Florida, and I live in Texas, so it was quite a long trip. They never been to those states, so I thought it was a great road trip to see Florida. So hence, let's go. And we were just driving on the highway, and it just felt good. And the cars passing by, and everybody's kind of okay. We listening to music, and then there's this silence, and suddenly this car just passes, like on a higher speed. And not that they cut us off or endangered us somehow. No, they just pass by. My mom immediately started complaining and kind of calling that driver names and saying, how dare they, and all of this. And I'm thinking, what is she complaining about? We fine. So my dad adds on to the conversation, and then they're having this about nothing. And then I said, guys, I don't know what are you complaining about. There's like nothing happened. I mean, they just went on a higher speed than us. It's not a big deal. It's not like they endangered us. And my mom said something that stuck with me. She said, there is nothing else to talk about. And now when I think about it, isn't this common thing among us when we gather in the groups, complaining, commiserating? I think it's some sort of a bonding experience. One complain, another one complains, and then we all complaining and look at how bad it is. And that's bad. Also, first of all, it's just bad energy. None of us leave that conversation very happy. Of course, those who complain, they obviously feel they released energy, they drain the stress, and now off they go. But what about those that on the receiving end? You receive all this, and especially if you're an empath and you're a people pleaser and you don't cannot say no, which I talked in the previous episode, you will be listening to all of this stuff that's really gonna take your time, take away your energy, and make you more burnout and stressed out. So I get it. There are people like this. You need to have some boundaries. But now here's another thing. Think about yourself. Do you complain? Just kind of pay attention. When you gather in groups or you talk with a friend or with somebody, just another person, what is the conversation is about? Pay attention because when you complain and when you agree with them and then you add to the story, that is stressing you out as well. That is also taking your energy away. So you burn out at the end of the day more because you just commiserated with somebody that really made no difference in your life at all. Yes, of course, you are the people pleaser. And especially when you feel that you are excluded from the group, you want to be there for the people so you feel safe and validated. You feel like you need to give, you need to do your part. So you're going to be there even if you don't like it, and or you complain yourself because, well, that's what they expect from you. Because if you don't complain about something, then somehow you're super happy. And how dare you to be so happy when there's so much injustice in the world? Guess what? Guess wait. I mean, guess what? Guess what? That's what I meant to say. There's always war in the world. There's always somebody else is suffering. There's always the end of the world. But it doesn't have to be. We can stop this at some point, and this is a totally different conversation, but it starts with you. So next time when you're talking with someone, pay attention. Are you commiserating with them? Are you adding to the conversation, to the news, and oh, you know what happened yesterday, and did you see it, and then the gossiping and all of this negativity and the draining energy? You just tell yourself, I don't want to listen to that anymore, and you just don't say anything. If you don't want to say, I don't want to hear this, and don't be rude, you just find an excuse to leave the conversation. Don't listen to that. Don't pour more oil in the fire. And just see how your energy is at the end of the day. When you limited those spilling energy out events that maybe from some point of view, from other people's point of view, it looks like a big deal, but in your life really made no difference, except that it really stole your time, your energy, and your state of mind. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you know the drill. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, please sign up. So, well, you know the algorithm. If you will like it, some other people will like it. And that's all I want to do. I just want to inspire people to take even little steps to make them feel more happy and less burnout, less stressed out, because I don't think that stress management should be stressful. And some things can take just a little bit of changing in your life, but it can add up, and then it can make a big difference in your life and the people around you as well. And yeah, so if you have any questions or you want me to answer something specific, you're welcome to leave me a comment, and I'll talk to you in the next episode.